Tri Sankham Yoga Pushupati Matam Vaishnavamiti Pravinne Prasthane Paramidamadah Paittamiti Jam Ruchinam Vaichitra Trijukuchilanana Patujusham Ninamekogamistamasi Paisamarnavaiva Namo Nedisthaya Priyadabadabhisthaya Cha Namo Namakshodisthaya Smarhara Mahishthaya Cha Namo Namo Varshisthaya Trinayana Varishjabhisthaya Cha Namo Namo Sarvasmaite Tadidamati Sarvaya Cha Namo Bahula-rajase Vishwatpattau Bhavaya Namo Namaha Prabalatamase Tatsangare Haraya Namo Namaha Janasukhakrite Sattadriktau Midaya Namo Namaha Brahmasi Pade Nistri Gunne Shivaya Namo Namaha. From Shiva Mahimna Stotram. Different are the paths laid down in the Vedas, Shankha, Yoga, and Shaiva and Vaishnava scriptures. Of these, some people take to one and some to another as the best. Devotees follow these diverse paths, straight or crooked, according to their different tendencies. Yet, O Lord, Thou alone art the ultimate goal of all men, as the ocean is of all rivers. Salutations to Thee, O Lord, you unattached, who art nearest and yet farthest. Salutations to Thee, O destroyer of animal passions, who art the smallest of the small, and yet the greatest of the great. Salutations to Thee, O possessor of the highest wisdom, who art ancient and yet ever youthful. Salutations to Thee, who art all things seen and unseen, yet beyond them all. Salutations to Thee, O Lord, who as creator assumes the immense power of dynamism, rajas, and produces this universe. Salutations to Thee, who as destroyer causest its dissolution by the mighty power of inertia, tamas. Salutations to Thee, who as protector blessest men with happiness through the power of balance, sattva. Salutations to Thee, O auspicious Lord, who in Thy transcendent aspect art again beyond the three qualities. As our scriptures say, truth is one, sages call it by various names. In this world, there are many religions, many philosophical schools, various kinds of people we find in this world. And they're curious about the Creator. They're curious about this world they live. They're curious about themselves. And finally, they try to inquire the source. And they find God is the source. God only is not only the creator, He is the preserver, He is the destroyer. That we find in the Hindu tradition. In some other religions, God and Satan are two different entities. All good are God, all bad are Satan. But Vedanta scripture says, no. the same energy has two directions. Same fire can cook food for our hungry stomach. The same fire can burn our house. Fire is not responsible. When it is high tide, we call it good. When it is low tide, we call it bad. Same water current. So good and bad are very relative in this world. As Sri Ramakrishna said, if you really want to realize God, you have to transcend both good and evil, the duality. We have divine nature, we have animal nature, we have human nature. We see so many kinds of human beings in this world. We must develop our divine nature. That will bring ultimate peace and joy in human life. So we pray to God to bestow the good tendencies, Shubhayo Sangyunaktu, good tendencies, so that we can move towards God. It is the grace of God that we have a desire to realize that non-dual Brahman. That is the reason we pray. Lord, please endow us with good qualities, good tendencies, and make our life good, so that we could be good. And we human beings, we could be the blessing to humanity. We see, every day we open the newspaper, we see murder, killing, this, that, continuously. So many things are going on in this world. This is possible when people are ignorant about their true nature. So let us pray and meditate on that Supreme Being, so that He can divert our minds, tanno hamsa prachodayat, can divert our minds to the path of blessedness. Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sa Viryam Karavavayi Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidveshabhayi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May Brahman protect us. May he guide us. May he give us strength and right understanding. May love and harmony be with us all. Om. Peace, 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 control. We are studying Panchadasi, a famous book on Vedanta scriptures. It has 15 chapters, 5 chapters connected with the existence of Brahman. Next 5 chapters are connected with the consciousness of Brahman, and next 5 chapters connected with the bliss of Brahman. So we are in the 6th chapter. We are now thinking about the consciousness of Brahman. The name of the chapter is called Chitradeepa, the light through picture. I remind you many times, Chitra means picture, and the light, consciousness. Try to visualize. Here is a piece of cloth. Only cloth. That is Brahman. The screen of the movie house, Brahman. So if you want to do painting, only cloth is not good. It will not work. You will have to put some kind of coating, starch coating over that cloth. That first coating is called Ishvara. No mark there, only a plain coating. That is called Anandamaya Kosha, blissful sheath. Only covering, no, nothing else. That is Ishvara, God. Brahman, when with simple coating, that is Ishvara. That is God. Then comes all the drawings, marks. Suppose I want to paint your picture, so I'll have to first make a drawing of your head, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your neck, your chest, your hands, your feet. I'll have to make some drawing. That is called subtle body, jiva. Then we put paint on it, yellow, blue, red, all kinds of paint. That is this gross body. That is this manifested universe. So try to visualize this way. Brahman, plain cloth, simple coating, Ishvara, and then all the drawings, that is subtle, that is called Hiranyagarbha, Shutratma. And then comes all trees, plants, mountain, ocean, whatever, whole world, you, me, everybody. That is Vishwa, manifested universe, which we see. So look, we are always connected with that Brahman, pure consciousness, but we are unaware of it. Why? Because of that coating. Maya, they call it Abaran Shakti, Vikshep Shakti. Maya has two powers: concealing power, veiling power, and projecting power. So veiling power is Ishvara, and projecting power, whole world is nothing but the projection of the mind. That is this vast universe, grows Virat Purusha. Visualize this way. You know, this evening I was reading Yoga Shastra, because tonight we shall see the fight between Sankhya and Yoga and Vedanta, that we are going to talk. They will deal with two topics, Ishvara and Jiva. What is the position of Ishvara, Jiva in Sankhya philosophy and Yoga philosophy and Vedanta philosophy? So they will going to have a fight tonight that we are going to discuss. Yoga Sutra was talking about the connection between prana and the mind. Prana controls the mind, and mind controls the prana. Example, you have a big pendulum clock in your living room, and the pendulum is moving, tick, tock, tick, tock. The pendulum moves, the hand of the clock also moves. There is a close connection between the hands of the clock and the pendulum. The moment pendulum stops, the hands also stop. Mind stops. That is the reason the yogis use pranayama to control the mind. Rechaka, Puraka, Kumbhaka. Puraka means you inhale, then hold, then exhale. That we are doing all the time. So they do it very scientifically and consciously. Through this pranayama, they control the mind. All our problems, always remember, the restlessness of the mind, because our prana is not directed properly. Imbalance of the prana. Very interesting. Again, mind controls the prana. Do you know when? You are an artist. And you are really deeply concentrated in your paintings. Sometimes when you make the eyes and this and that, you are completely breathless, so that the eye should come right. Otherwise, move means that your eye will be distorted. So when these things happen, breathing stops. Prana, concentration, stop the breathing. You are an archer. Your bow and arrow you are holding. And when it is 100% concentration, you are holding toward the target. When you throw the arrow, your breath stops. How I am just telling that when we have that 1% concentration of the mind, breathing stops. They are all interconnected. In our previous class, if you remember, we talked about 4 kinds of impurities of the mind. First kind of impurity is jealousy. Second kind of impurity is malice. The third kind of impurities is hatred. And fourth kind of impurities is anger. Anger, hatred, malice, jealousy. The yogis overcome these four things by practicing this mantra. Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukho Dukho Punya Punya Vishayanam Bhavanata Chitta Prasadanam. It is in the Samadhi Path, Sutra 33. You are a very happy person, very rich, very happy. I should make friendship with you. I should not be jealous. Oh, you have money, I may be poor. This doesn't matter. I must have friendship with you. That is called Maitri. Karuna, sometimes I see that you are my friend, you are miserable. So Karuna means compassion. My compassion comes towards you. That compassion removes the malice. And then Maitri Karuna Mudita. Mudita means when you are very virtuous, then I should be very happy. That removes hatred from the mind. And if I see that you are not a very good person, apunya, you did all sinful acts, I shall be indifferent. Upeksha. I should not be angry with you because it is your karma, I cannot do anything. So this is the way we in our previous class we talked about it, that the Vedantin does not have any fight, quarrel with anybody. He sees the other beings, they are moving toward the same goal according to their understanding, according to their tendencies, according to their aptitude. We should not, some people are doing very bad things in this world, we shouldn't be angry. That person will have to go through that karma. So he is telling, the Vidyaranya Muni is talking about that how Vedanta maintains the equanimity of the mind through this process. You see, in this respect, Vedanta uses Yoga Sutra in many, very practical. Always remember, these sutras Patanjali recorded. He practiced and got the result, then he recorded. It works. It is a scientific truth. This science of the mind, they explored and they found this mantra, this sutras works. Then he wrote. And if it works on you, it will work on me, it will work on everybody. That is the way it goes. The person who invented those who have diabetes, they take what is the insulin. That insulin works on Indian, on American, Russian, on everybody. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, all the insulin works on any human, all human system. Because it is universal. It is experimented and verified, it works. Similarly, these verses, these teachings of Vedanta, it has been experimented and verified, it will work. Verse 216. Trinarchakadi yoganta Ishare Bhrantimashritaha Lokayatadi Sankhanta Jibe Vibhrantimashritaha. From the worshippers of objects like grass to the followers of yoga, all have wrong ideas about Ishvara. From the materialist Charvakas to the followers of Shankar, all have confused ideas about Jiva. Now I shall read a chart to you, then you will understand what I am talking about. Our topic, two things, always remember. Today's topic is Ishvara, God, and jiva, individual soul. Here is God, here is individual soul. The position of these two things in their 6 systems of Indian philosophy. Look how it works. Ishvara. Purva Mimamsa. Mimamsa school says there is no God. No God. Then Uttar Mimamsa, means Vedanta, says yes, there is God. Maya Vishishta Chaitanya. Consciousness endowed with Maya. That is God. God is Mayadhish, is the controller, is the ruler of Maya. Whole Maya is under his control. And Jiva is under the control of Maya, slave of Maya. According to Gautama, Nyaya and Vaisheshika, they have the same view. Ishvara is Nitya, eternal. Ichha, Jnana, they have 8 kinds of qualities. Ishvara have all endowed with all qualities, all good qualities. And according to Shankar, there is no God. Mimamsa school does not believe in God. Shankar also does not believe in God. Why? Kapila, the founder of Shankar philosophy, says, Ishvaro asiddhe prayojana bhavat, that is the Shudjo Shankar Sutra. Ishvaro asiddhe, there is no God. Why? We don't need God. What do you mean? You don't need God? No? Then how will you explain the creation? Oh, my Prakriti does that job. Nature. You have to now understand what's the position of Shankar philosophy. Here is Purusha, pure consciousness. Here is Prakriti, nature. They are two, both are infinite, eternal. That is their view. Vedanta says two cannot be infinite. One will limit the other. That is the reason. There cannot be two infinites. So, but how the creation comes, according to Shankar, here is pure consciousness, here is Prakriti. Due to the vicinity of the Purusha, Prakriti vibrates. The moment vibration begins, 3 gunas appear. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, and creation begins. That is their view about creation. So Vedanta says, well, then what do you mean? Your Prakriti can create? Yes. Tell me whether your Prakriti is conscious or unconscious. Well, Prakriti is unconscious. Prakriti is the matter. Vedanta says, my goodness, it is not possible matter to create matter. This chair cannot create another chair. It is matter. If you want to create, do you know what you need? You will have to be a conscious being, and you must have a desire. Without desire, there cannot be any creation. Look, God has desire. Ekoham bhavishyam prajayeti, I am one. Alone, I shall be many. That is in the Upanishad. God created out of his own. As the spider creates the cobweb from his own. I am just giving you some ideas how Vedanta and Shankar, how they disagree and agree. So there is no Ishvara, God in Shankar philosophy. Then comes Yoga Sutra. Always remember, the Yoga philosophy and Shankar philosophy, they are connected. Yoga philosophy is the practical side of Shankar, and Shankar philosophy is the theoretical side of the yoga. They are interconnected. One is the theoretical side, another is the practical side. So according to yoga philosophy, they define God. Very interesting way. Klesha, karma, vipaka, ashoyi, aparamrishta, purusha vishesha, ishvara. That is the definition of God according to Patanjali. Klesha, afflictions. There are 5 kinds of afflictions. First, avidya, ignorance. Asmita, ego. Avidya, asmita, raga, attachment. Desha, repulsion, hatred, abhinivesha, boy. Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Desha, Abhinivesha, Iti, Pancho, Klesha. These are the 5 afflictions. God does not have those things. Klishni. No klesha, no afflictions to God. Then, karma. Do you know what karma means? Punya, apunya, dharma, adharma. Righteous, unrighteous. Karma. According to Yoga Sutra, there are 3 kinds of karma. Shukla, Krishna, Shukla Krishna. Shukla means white karma, good karma. Krishna means dark karma, bad karma. Shukla Krishna means mixed karma. Some good, some bad. So, God is free from this karma. Punya, punya. Dharma, dharma. There is nothing not in God. Then vipaka. Vipaka means from ignorance comes 3 things. Jati, ayu, bhoga. Jati, your birth, where you will be born. Ayu, how long you will live in that particular life. Longevity. Bhoga, how much happiness, unhappiness you will encounter in that particular life. That is called vipak, karma fall, result of action. Brings these 3 things. Birth, longevity, and experience of good and bad. Ishvara is free from that. Ashayi means samskar, vasana, free from desires. Purusha Vishesha, a special being, he is Ishvara. They believed in Ishvara because Patanjali found it will help to have good concentration. You need an object to think, to perform your concentration. So this is the position of the Asha. That is Ishvara. Now look at Jiva. Because when I shall read the book, the verses, then you will be able to understand what I am talking about. I am just making a little background. So this is the position of Ishvara. In Shankha, there is no God. In Patanjali, there is a God and you define God. In Vedanta, God is consciousness endowed with Maya power. With that Maya power, he creates, preserves, destroys. This world is his play. This world is his playground. Now about Jiva, individual soul. According to Purva Mimamsa of Jaimini, Jado Chetanatmako Vibhu Nana Karta Bhokta. This individual being is conscious, unconscious combination of both, body and consciousness. Vibhu, vast. Nana, variety. Many jivas. Karta, doer. Bhokta, enjoyer. That is the definition of individual soul, according to Mimamsa philosophy. What about Vedanta, non-dualistic Vedanta of Uttar Mimamsa by Vyasa? Avidya Vishishta Chetan, consciousness endowed with ignorance. Little consciousness, not cosmic, individual consciousness, connected with avidya, ignorance. That is Jiva. We have many definitions. Buddha Upahita Chaitanya Jiva. The consciousness which reflects in our buddhi, individual buddhi, that is the individual being. Antarkarana Upahita Chaitanya Jiva. Antakarana, our inner organ, when consciousness reflects on the inner organ, body, buddhi, mind, ego, that is the individual soul. That is you, that is me. Each individual soul. According to Nyaya and the Vaisheshika schools, this individual soul, he has 14 qualities with knowledge, and he is the doer, enjoyer, he is jara, he is matter, it is vast and variety. That is the position of Nyaya and Vaisheshika school about individual soul. According to Shankha, by Kapila, Asanga Chetan, this individual soul is unattached consciousness, only individual consciousness. Vibhu, vast, nana, variety, and bhokta, enjoyer. The jiva is the bhokta, enjoyer, and many jivas. As many human beings, so many jivas. Asanga Chetan, and according to Patanjali, same thing. Asanga Chetan is unattached consciousness, vibhu, vast, variety, many, karta, doer, and bhokta, enjoyer. He believed karta, jiva is the karta. So what we are going to do, now we will see this says jivas are many. Vedanta says individual souls. There is one school is there, they believe only one jiva. But generally, the traditional Vedanta says jivas are many, but jivatma, atma is one. That they believe. Example, 4 billion cups of water. And here is the sun. What do you see? You see the reflected sun. So your cup, my cup, each individual soul is just a cup of water. And on that this one sun reflects. So the reflections of the same sun, your consciousness, my consciousness, all the consciousness cannot be divided. Consciousness is always one. But the individual body, individual minds are different, many. So jivas are many, but jivatma, the Atman is one. That is the position of Vedanta. Do you know what Shanko attacks Vedanta? Well, you say if the Atman is one, individual jivatma is one, then if Jack gets liberation, then all people should get liberation. You say that which is one. So Vedanta says, no, jivatma is one, but jivas are many. The minds, all individual minds are many. Minds are many. Anyhow, that is the way I just give you some introduction that how these things will work. Trinarchaka. According to Shankar, the Purusha is pure consciousness, but many. But many cannot be possible without upadhi, adjunct. And if it have an adjunct, then your consciousness is not pure. See, they have all logical arguments with each other. You see, upadhi. Do you know what upadhi means? Upadhi means adjunct. Let me tell you upadhi. Here is a crystal, and you brought red hibiscus. This crystal will look red. Green, it will look green. Yellow, it will look yellow. That adjunct is called upadhi. Oh, it is a red crystal. Crystal doesn't have any color. So whatever color you bring, the crystal gets that color. That is called upadhi. I am a monk. Monk is a upadhi. It's an adjunct. I am a doctor. I am an engineer. These are all upadhi. Adjunct. That is the way I identify. She is a doctor. He is an engineer. This is the way I identify people. This is called upadhi. So he was talking about this upadhi. If you have a upadhi, that means your consciousness is not pure. Do you know another problem? If you believe two things, there will be fear. Fear remains. One will meet the other. Fear, fear. Dityadvai bhayam, where there are two, there is fear. Advaite bhayam nasti, in non-dualism there is no fear. I am one without a second. Whom should I fear? There is no fear. In Yoga scripture also, we call God as a Purusha Vishesha. That means a special Purusha. That means you are imposing some qualities on Ishvara. Qualities. Qualities indicates that you are in the domain of Maya. You are a good girl. You are a bad person. A good, bad, these are all qualities superimposed on human beings. That means you are in the domain of Maya. Only Brahman is free from Upadhi, no adjunct. Soul, Atman is free from Upadhi, no adjunct. But you superimpose on that Atman. That is the position of Vedanta. Now we'll have to dehypnotize ourselves. I am the Atman. I am neither the body nor the mind senses. This is the position of Vedanta. So he was talking about Trino Bhikshadi Upashak. Some people are very gross. They worship the trees, they worship rocks, they worship mountain, they worship ocean, they worship gods and goddesses, they worship the sun, moon. There are so many people who worship so many things. They worship beauty. All these things they are worshipping all the time. Gross. And they think that is God. Well, one devotee was telling me, Swami, that he was talking about that person is God. When he is a good player, that is. People have various concepts about God anyhow. Next verse. Advitiya Brahma Tattvam na jananti yada tada bhranta eva akhila tesham kwa mukti ko kwa iha ba sukham. It's a beautiful verse. As they do not know the truth of the secondless Brahman, they all are wrong. Where is their liberation and where is their joy in this world? In this world we have relative happiness, not absolute happiness. Why? Our happiness fluctuates. If your health is good, you are happy. Health is no good, unhappy. When you have money, you are happy. When you have no money, you are unhappy. All happiness fluctuating all the time. Happiness. But absolute happiness, peace, bliss, that comes from the non-dual experience. That he is talking about. In this world, where is happiness? Where is liberation? Mukti. Uttama adhama bhavasyet tesham syadostu tena kim swapna rajya bhikshabhyam na buddha sprishate kalu. 218. Some may say that these people represent grades of enjoyment from the lowest to the highest. But of what use is it? A man when awake derives no good from the dreams in which he may have played the part of a king or a beggar. He was talking about the dualistic school, they think quite a bit about heavenly enjoyment. Their goal is abhuddhaya, prosperity in this world, and after death I shall go to heaven. So I need celestial enjoyment and worldly enjoyment, I want both. That is my goal. That is all Mimamsa school, all the dualistic school. They do not want liberation. They want enjoyment, happiness, pleasure. For that reason they use God. That God can give all these things to me. More money, more enjoyment. That some people pray. He was talking about. Uttama adamaschet tesham. If there maybe these people maybe in this world you cannot help. It is a process of evolution, you know. He was talking about, you know what? In the dream you are thinking that you are a king. Or you may think that you are a beggar. These are all the worldly things, you know, these are all dream. We are daydreaming all the time. So, this kind of attitude cannot affect the mumukshu, the person who wants liberation in this life. He doesn't care for these things. His mind only for liberation, mukti. Tasman mumukshurvai noiva motihi jivishabadayoho karja kintu brahmatattam vicharja buddhadan chatat. So those who want liberation, they do not fight with the dualists about the position of God, position of Jiva. They do not care for all those things. What is the necessity of discussing and misusing time and energy to talk about God and Jiva and all these things? Just focus your mind for liberation. Only discriminate what is real, what is unreal. Brahman is your goal. Brahma Tattva. And you must be established in Brahman. That is your goal. What is the necessity of misusing time and energy to debate and fight with other schools? Just go, follow your own path. I already told you, this section is they're fighting against the Shankar Yoga school. The Shankar school, very close to Vedanta. Only two places they have gulf of difference. They think this world is real, the Shankar philosopher, Satkarjavad. What is real? Vedanta says no, the world is Maya. Second, they believe individual souls are many. Vedanta says jivas are many, but Jivatma is one. Atman is one. They cannot be two. But they believe Atma, Jivatma are all many. If Jivatma are not many, John's liberation could be the liberation of all beings. That is not happening. So in these two places, there is a big difference between Shankar and Vedanta. Many souls, one soul. World is real, world is not real. Two infinite, one infinite cannot be two. Only infinite is always one. These are the basic differences between Shankar and Vedanta. But you see, the theory of creation according to Shankar, Vedanta admits, very scientific. Theory of creation according to Shankar. And Vedanta also takes yogas, practical lessons, that pranayama, meditation, all those things, those yoga philosophy, Vedanta supports it. Yes, it works. So this, you see, these are not, they have so differences about their goal, but apparently they have some good understanding about these things. You will have to understand these schools are dualists. God, Atman is separate from me. But Vedanta says, Atman and myself, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahman. No separation. no duality. That is mukti, that is liberation. And they are differences. Purva pakshadaya to uchet tattva nishya hetutam prapnotu ostu nimajjasva toyor noiva noietavata vashaha. 220. Doubt. Such disputation is a means to the understanding of Brahman. Reply. It may be so, but be careful to avoid being drowned helplessly in the sea of confusion. And this kind of debate is very good, understanding Brahman, but this kind of thing may create confusion in your mind. Be careful about it. There are some pundits. Ji and I, they are debating. Do you know what do they do? Stay? They live in the intellectual plane. They do not get the taste of true spirituality. Experience is the most important thing that Vedanta teaches. Have your experience, direct experience. The Sankhya Jiva and Yoga's Ishvara both are Shuddha Chaitanya. সেইটুকু তদুভয় আপনার অদ্বৈতবাদীর উপায়, সেই কারণে তদুভয়ের পূর্বক করা যাইতে পারে এর উপাধি সূক্ষ্ম যোগ আছে। So why are we rejecting our Ishvara and Jiva? Sankhya and Yoga are telling Vedanta. So Vedanta is answering. 221. First, the 221 is the doubt. All right, but the Vedantists must accept the Sankhya doctrine that Jiva and Ishvara are associationless, pure consciousness, association means asanga. Pure consciousness means Chaitanya, Sharup, and eternal. And Yoga doctrine that Jiva and Ishvara refer to as thou and that respectively in the dictum, thou art that, are of a pure nature. Now Vedanta is answering. Now, tattam, not tattamo, ubhau, arthau, asmat siddhantatam gatau, advaita bodhanaiva, sa kaksha kadachi kachi dishyate. 222. Reply. These two meanings do not accord with the Advaita view. They postulate a difference between Jiva and Ishvara. But in the Advaita doctrine, there is no distinction between that and thou. Statements appearing to make such a distinction are only steps towards the understanding of non-duality. Look what he is talking about. They're telling that, Tattvamasi, thou art that. When I say thou art that, do you know what that means? It means, let me give an example. Swayam Devadatta. Hey, Devadatta is my friend. I knew him 40 years ago. And now this Devadatta is perhaps a big manager of a big company, a rich man and this and that. So, that Devadatta, that place, that time, that Devadatta, And this Devadatta, after 40 years, same person. This time, this place, time and place, space and time, both are different, but the person is the same. So, he's telling that Devadatta's consciousness did not change. His body has changed, his mind has changed, his educational things, his family, everything changed in Devadatta externally, but his consciousness is the same. That Vedanta wants to tell you that your consciousness, that when you are a child and when you are now a grown-up or middle-aged person, the consciousness always remains the same. But your body changed, your mind changed, your activities changed, your everything changed. So among this changing reality, the consciousness does not change. That Vedanta says. But you people are the dualist. You are thinking the other way. Consciousness does not change. In that respect, we say Tattvamosi, thou art that, thou art that. Sankhya says Tvam means Jivatma and Tat means Ishwar are the same. But Ishwar, do you know what? This one always remember. This is a very good thing to understand from Vedanta. Ishwara, the difference between God and man is God does not have any action, no karma. A avatar, Sri Ramakrishna, Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, they are gods. They have no karma. They are born embracing Maya, they take a human form. And we are born out of our own karma. That is the difference between you and God, me and God. God does not have any karma. He is not born out of the karma to fulfill the desire, because he has no desire. But he takes human form to do good to humanity. That is the difference between God and man, anyhow. He is the tattam padatya arthiti Shankhaite bole. Shankha Shastre Jiver Yoga Shastre Ishware Shuddha Chaitanya অঙ্গীকৃত হইল তদ্বারে বাস্তব ভেদ উক্ত দুই শাস্ত্রে স্বীকৃত হয়েছে। Do you know what he is talking about? That Jiva has pure consciousness. Ishvara has pure consciousness. Both consciousness are the same, no doubt, but they think God and Ishvara are two different things. Consciousness is one, but God and Ishvara are both different. You see, they are yukti, they are reasoning, and Vedantic reasoning, there is a friction here. Tattvamasi, the word that. That is the way we explain Advaita. In our next class, we shall talk about how we can purify these two words, Tat and Tam, and bring pure consciousness. Removing the space and time, that Devadatta 40 years ago, and present Devadatta 40 years after, that removing these two, time and the space, how we can bring this Devadatta's consciousness is one. The Brahman consciousness and this Atman consciousness, both consciousness are one. That is Advaita. Up to these two lines. So we did it up to 222.
Swami, I have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
So the Sankhya philosophers, they don't believe in Upanishads? They don't believe in those statements?
They do not quote the Upanishad, no. Yoga, you see, they have their own scriptures. And Kopila, Nirishwara. Let me see my chart. That's a good question. The position of the, whether they believe in Vedas or not. অধিকারী প্রধান বাদ, আরম্ভবাদ, আত্মপরিমাণ সংখ্যা প্রমাণ খ্যাতি গতাম উপযোগ। They made a chart. জগৎ, জগৎ কারণ, ঈশ্বর, জীব, বন্ধ হেতু, বন্ধ, মোক্ষ, মোক্ষ সাধনে বিহিত কর্ম। No, the Shankar Sutra, there is no Vedas, the Upanishad. But you know, some Upanishads, the Kopila's name is there. In Shatra Upanishad, Kopila's name is there. The Praman. Oh, there I shall tell you next time that when they talk about Praman, that whether their scripture, there are Sharavidas, there are 6 Pramanas, evidences, proofs, according to Vedanta. Shankar believes 3. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhav. I shall tell next week, I shall tell. That whether, I think they believe in the Vedas. Authority of the Vedas, whether they believe it or not, I shall check it.
The second question is a Brahman is Satchit Ananda, so are they considered Upadis or not?
Satchidananda is not Upadhi. It is the essence. Essence. Upadhi is the adjunct. And essence is the... Here is the moni, jewel. It has a luster. It is not the Upadhi. It is natural thing is this luster. You cannot separate it. Fire and this burning power. Burning power is not the Upadhi. It is inherent. That is the Satchidananda is inherent in Brahman. That is Brahman. Existence, consciousness, bliss. That is the reason Swamiji used to use the word absolute. When you say absolute, then you have no need to imagine further. We look how they say, ekam meva advityam, it is one. Then advityam, secondless one. So that you may not imagine that one, maybe 2, maybe 3, or maybe must go. So that is secondless one. And Satchidananda, that is the essence, the inherent. How shall I express that word? Existence, bliss, knowledge, they are not, that constitute Brahman. It is not the Upadhi, it is not the adjunct. That it is not, because they have only one, there is no 2. So that is the way we understand. You see, a consciousness will tell you, I exist. My teacher gave a beautiful example. Look, I ask you, do you exist? Yes. All right, you exist like a rock all through your life, eternity. No, I want to be conscious. All right, you exist, you have your consciousness. I shall put you into prison and tying your hands and feet in a dungeon. No, I want freedom, I want bliss. So these 3 things are inherent in all human beings. All human beings, you admit that you exist, you admit that you are conscious, and you admit that you want bliss in your life. These 3 things are inherent in all human beings. That is Satchidananda, that is Atman. That is the way we look at it. Om Satoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mriturma Amritam Gamaya, Abhiravirma Yedi, Rudra Jatya Dakshinamukam, Tenamam Pahi Nityam, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality, light us through and through, and guide us evermore with their loving presence. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Yeah, that's a question. I shall have to check that position of this Vedanta or Shankar, whether they believe in Vedas or not.